All right. Well, that happened. Come here. My little Dharma Initiative viewer there. Well, was it okay? Was it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty okay, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that was Lost. That was the whole thing.
We're done with Lost.
I know, it was quite the investment, huh?
Yeah.
But was it worth it?
It was a good show, definitely.
It was. I couldn't help but notice that you're a little overwhelmed by the finale. Is everything okay? You're doing good?
It's weird.
Yeah?
It was weird.
It was a little weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what tell me what part you thought was
Are they
weird.
dead? And that's
Are they
some
dead?
kind of heaven type thing.
And that is a very good question. Well, did that seem to be what Christian Shepherd was explaining there at the end?
Yeah.
It did kind of seem like that's what was implied by Christian's discussion with Jack at the very end. And obviously, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched Lost or is planning a rewatch with your own family. Obviously, it got very towards the end, when Christian told everybody, well, Jack, everybody dies. The question then became, well, they all had died at different times, right? As Christian said, this was before, some died before Jack, some died after Jack, but they all kind of had gathered in this one area outside of space and time, I guess.
Yeah, it sounded
maybe, or something like that. It was very metaphysical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philosophical questions.
Definitely very philosophical.
Yeah.
But it was okay?
Yeah, it was the final things with Jack and the timeline we were following through the majority of the series.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jack expired right there on the island. Right?
Yeah. I liked when Hurley and Ben said, we're saying you made a great number 2. Ben had come in with them, but it makes sense why he'd want to stay out of it.
Well, what did you think about Ben's line about how he still had some work to do?
Yeah.
It seemed like everyone who was in the church
had kind of moved on.
Was kind of ready, like they had accomplished in this life what they were meant to accomplish, but Ben had not yet. I think was the message that we were getting.
It sounded like that life was a whole life, and it wasn't kind of like an afterlife. Because
the Flash Sideways?
The Flash Sideways, because they all had jobs, they all had lives.
Well, that does bring up an interesting question. In the 6th season, we saw the kind of Flash Sideways for a lot of it. And did that all happen? Now, I think what Christian said to Jack was everything happened. You were not dead the whole time. That was a big theory of Lost for a long time. Oh, they're all dead. The whole thing is that they're dead. And then some people, when they saw this, were like, see, they were dead the whole time. No, they weren't dead the whole time. I don't think that was the deal. I think the deal was much more that they had the parallel tracks of season 6. One line we saw kind of what was happening in reality, for want of a better word, and the other line we kind of saw what was happening to all of them in this kind of, I guess, semi-afterlife-ish kind of thing, where, like they said, the plane had landed, if the plane had landed.
Yeah, right? And also a few other things were a bit different.
Tell me about some of the differences. What were
it? Was I don't know. It was like Jin and Sun's relationship was different in the first one than the second one.
Yeah, that looked a little like a
also,
different.
Like Hurley wasn't under a big curse. He never went to the mental hospital.
That's right.
It looked
except to go see Libby.
Yes, Libby, I feel like was in the mental hospital for longer than she was before, or was in there for a different reason.
But now, knowing what you know about the finale, don't you think that Libby, when we saw her, already was kind of had figured out what was going on? Because the theme of that last episode was everyone kind of like coming to the realization.
Yeah, I feel like Libby.
I remember Libby's like, "Hey, I can tell you, we were friends. You don't remember anything on the all that stuff."
Yeah, so she understood why she was in the mental hospital, right. But I feel like she
was there voluntarily.
Yeah.
But maybe she went there voluntarily because she knew that was her best chance at meeting Hurley, or who knows what.
I feel like she was in there longer than she was in the opposite timeline, but like...
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, there were lots of... it was emotional. Yeah. It was definitely emotional. But, I'm really proud of you for watching the whole thing. And, it's... we could have seen Sawyer a little more shirtless at the last episode, right? Not so much for the ladies this episode, but that was nice. And Sawyer and Juliet kind of ended up back together, and Kate and Jack answering the question, about Kate and Jack. So the other part is, so the plane took off.
Yes.
Jack saw the plane leaving, right before he died.
Lupertus.
So who escaped the island?
So
Lapidus?
Lapidus, Miles, Sawyer, Claire, and Kate. And it looked like it... I feel like it was implied that Ben and Hurley were still alive.
That's right. I think it was very strongly implied that Ben and Hurley were still alive.
Kind of in that like afterlife type thing where it was an afterlife, but it wasn't.
The flash sideways.
Yes, flash sideways.
Which is an interesting little term that the lost people came up with. Mm-hmm. Well, any other thoughts about the series as a whole now that you've seen all of it? Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like the producers of Lost like torturing people.
The producers of Lost did like torturing people. But they are very much the Ben Linus of TV producers.
No, they're not.
Maybe the early Saeed Jarrah of, so you would like to know the answers to this? Well, I'm going to put bamboo under your fingertips now.
Yeah, it's definitely...
It's like, what? Just tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Did we see Jacob in the last episode?
I mean,
I don't think we did.
Jacob's
or Smokey
spirit. No, we saw Smokey. We saw.
No, we didn't see, but we didn't see his appearance as like what he really looked like.
No, well, wait, that might have been in like. No, I guess not. But Jacob's essence passed when you first heard of him, or like that. Help me! Like after that, it's kind of like all over the island.
Well, no, yeah. What do you think that was? Let's go back to help me. Was that actual Jacob? No.
How do you know?
Well, Jacob didn't need help.
Well, then why did he say that?
Well, I don't think he said it. I think that was probably Smokey running one of his games on somebody, trying to get them to want to kill Jacob or something.
Probably.
But who knows? Maybe at the time the producers had not made those decisions yet about the... a lot of people, this is another thing about modern, fandom. A lot of people gave the producers a hard time of, like, you didn't have a plan all along. You're just making it up as you go along. To which they responded, yes, we were.
Exactly
that's how TV works. Now, we had an idea about what we wanted to do, but as you produce the show, you learn different things, like about the characters or about, what stories are working, what stories are not. Hence, you did not see Nikki and Paolo in the final episode.
You totally should have.
Sorry, Nikki and Paolo fans.
Seen Nikki and Paolo.
They were not available for the last episode.
Are you sure? The
producers would not accept a call from Nikki and Paolo's agents. Like, hey, we heard everyone's getting back together for the finale. Yeah, no, that's just a rumor. You don't believe everything you see on the internet. Click. Ooh, geez. hide the shoot. Don't let them know where we're shooting. And people joined the cast in various kind of chunks.
Yeah.
And I think it was interesting to see,
like there was like the original Crashers,
the original survivors,
then
the Tailies.
Season 2, did we see the Tailies? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then you kind of saw the Tailies. Yeah. You saw
the others.
You saw, I think season 2, you started to see the others. Mm-hmm. You get introduced to, what's his name? It's not Ben Linus. He's from Minnesota. No.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
He says his fake name or whatever.
Yes, that guy.
Right.
Turn out he might not actually be that guy.
Right.
Then you start seeing other people. Season 3, you are strongly introduced to the others. You can name all of them. I don't know if you could. Then
Juliet became a big character for the mid-seasons. Then, of course, the helicopter
then
people.
Naomi, season 5.
Naomi's crew, of which she did not survive.
Yeah, Naomi you start off with in season 3, but then her crew.
Right, which would be Daniel Charlotte,
Faraday, but Daniel
Lapidus. Who else? Miles, who turned out to be a key kind of like MVP. I thought he did a great job.
Charlotte.
Yes. And of course, you had people leaving the show. We didn't hear much more from Mr. Echo.
Yeah.
Who was a big part of the show in season 2. I think there was maybe some behind the scenes drama there. I don't remember what the story was, but he apparently did not have that great an experience filming. So bye-bye, Mr. Echo. Didn't hear from him again. Ana Lucia snuck in for a little cameo in the finale or the second to last episode. But, she certainly had a big impact on the show. Michelle Rodriguez, the actress, she's fantastic. And that was great.
They killed so many people.
Well, they all died. But not during the course of the show.
Yeah.
So like Kate, obviously, Sawyer, Miles, Lapidus, and Claire obviously had died at some other time in the future.
They might have been
in their
80. 90s.
They might have been 90, exactly.
They might have been 120 and have been granted eternal life. Richard Albert got gray hairs.
We left him off the plane. Richard Albert, yes. So what do you think happens to Richard when he gets back to civilization?
He'll just start going gay.
He should start dating.
Why?
Why wouldn't he? He's been locked on an island for 150 years.
His true love is dead.
Probably wants to go see a Broadway show.
I
don't know.
Has he ever
What would you do if you'd been on an
Broadway?
island? And I don't know, but what would you do if you'd been on an island for 150 years and you suddenly made it back to the mainland?
Well, that's a good question.
Let me ask you this: where is Lapidus going to land that plane?
I think I'd go Menchie's.
Go to Menchie's for frozen yogurt.
Yes.
Where's Lapidus? The plane. First off, it's like a 747 or a 787. Not a 787 at the time, but it was like definitely a very long haul flight.
Yeah.
For Air Algira Airways.
Yes.
First off, I was unaware that you could land those on a beach and just turn them around and take off again.
That is
stretching reality. Yeah, the smoke monster's fine, but a guy taking off a plane that landed on a beach, no, that's where I draw the line. Still had fuel, power still worked.
Yeah,
it's all good. He welded a new window in. He's like, yeah, this is gonna be fine. So what if we have to fly at low altitude on the way home? We're getting home. Have you
met Lapidus?
Lapidus is a very good pilot. I'm not gonna lie.
He doesn't think about the little details. He just sees the goal and he's like, well,
Lapidus is
this will work, and then we just hit the gas.
That's right. Is this working? Turn this on. It started.
Well,
let's go. Punch it. And then boom, they're off the island. Where do you think Lapidus landed that bad boy? Did he go back to Sydney, or did he continue on to Los Angeles? Or?
Well, that flight was to Guam.
You're right. That flight was to Guam. Ladies and gentlemen, Lost Trivia. Where was Hydra Air flight 315? 316?
No, it was 615.
Something. Where did it land, or what was its destination? Guam is the answer. And although we saw Daniel Faraday's mother in the last episode, we didn't see Daniel Faraday's father.
Charles?
We did not see Charles Widmore. In the finale. We saw him a lot in the thing before. Why didn't we see Charles Widmore?
He was dead first.
Why didn't we see more of Penny in season 6?
I was kind of sick of that.
I'm not sick of Penny. I love Penny. So did Desmond.
Okay, Desmond loves Penny. It's okay, but they would just spend so much time on it. It is nice to have those moments where they kind of me connect, but then again, I'm 11 years old. I really don't want to be watching like love story things.
What? What's wrong with a love story?
But like it's juicy. Penny and Desmond.
Come on.
It is.
It was very sweet.
Okay, it was sweet.
It sent a message of eternal love.
It did.
Eternal. Love, eternal. Penny and Desmond meant to be together.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
She is his constant.
Yes. Actually, that was mentioned in my parents' ketubah.
Indeed it was. Let me ask you this. So what were the surprises in the finale for you? Were there anything catch you off guard that you were like, whoa, I didn't expect that?
The smoke monster is dead, and I thought for sure the producers were not going to kill the smoke monster.
We did not even get an appearance of the smoke monster in the finale.
Okay, Smokey.
Right?
He
did not appear in his smoke monstery form.
Well, it's easier not to be as freaked out of him when he looks like John Long.
Let me give you a little secret. It's also cheaper.
Yeah.
No special effects. So I'm sure there was not a need for Smokey to gratuitously smoke out. When you had already the actor Terry O'Quinn under contract, you're like, yeah, no, we'll just use Terry for this. This is fine. It's good. Locke, get over here. You're Smokey now. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen at least one last, sound. Whoa, sound of the smoke monster. The clattering, the railroad track, roller coaster clacking kind of sound that accompanied the appearance of the smoke monster. It was all very scary.
It was weird. I thought like at the beginning, the smoke monster, like in season 1, it's just like a weird thing that no one's gonna remember. It's like season 6 is featuring the smoke monster.
This may be another one of those things. I'm gonna have to go back and catch up on my Lostology, but this may be one of those things that also may have changed in the mythology during production, because originally when they described the smoke monster, it was described as a security system for the island.
Yeah.
Some kind of security system. And then the mechanical sounds made it feel like it was like some kind of, and it would like pull things underground and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think the general consensus among fans was that there was definitely a mechanical element to it of some kind, like a large system of chains and pulleys and levers or whatever, some kind of crazy technology that would like capture you like a trap and take you, and eliminate you. But that was not what the smoke monster was in the end, although it still continued to make mechanical sounds.
It might have kind of been like the group that Smokey joined when like he was a teenager.
Yes,
might have been a security system for them, even though they're dead, or that doesn't make sense.
No, not really.
But I don't know.
All right, let's see if anybody has joined us. Steve Myers. Daniel Faraday, of course. Thank you, Steve Meyer. Daniel Faraday, of course. We loved Dan. Dan was kind of a.
He was driving me nuts when he.
Okay, so I think we're gonna be able.
He explained time travel really well, though.
Time travel. I'm gonna detonate a nuclear bomb. Thank you. That was my Daniel Faraday impression. And Charles did finance the whole storyline. You're correct, Steve.
Really?
Charles Widmore. Well,
he paid for all of Lost, like the production.
He paid for Lost. Charles Widmore paid for Lost.
I think
no. In universe, in the story of Lost, Charles Widmore was the kind of financial backer behind a lot of the things that happened on the island with the others.
Yes.
Right, and Widmore was not Dharma. Right?
Yeah.
He was definitely worked with the island's original inhabitants, if you will.
Like, the original inhabitants, how did they get there? Because it sounded pretty clear that Jacob and Smokey were kind of, like, the only ones on there. And I want to say, like, the people Jacob took, like, sucked into the island. Are those the original inhabitants? Because then they would not have originally been...
Well, let's go back to Across the Sea, the third episode from last. Our favorite.
It is actually really good, and it makes sense.
Different. Yeah, but there was another village of like working people on the island.
There was a lot,
right?
I'm sure there was.
It was not just Alice and Janney. There was a whole like group of people.
Those were the people that crashed 13 years ago.
That Jacob and the Man in Black wanted to go see. Right. That was the other descendants, not that where Smokey's mom had come from. So that was definitely interesting. And then who ended up becoming the new Jacob?
Hurley.
The even money was on Jack all along, and then it turned out to be a short-lived rule for Jack. Jack wrapped it up. So
Kathy Campbell, wasn't there a polar bear?
Stand up. There's your polar bear right there.
Yeah, the fighting polar bears.
From Lost University, class of 2010.
That's my dad's shirt.
Graduate right here. Lost University class of 2022, I guess. There was a polar bear. The Dharma Initiative had been doing experiments on the island with a variety of animals and ran a small zoo on the second island, right? Let's call back up our map of the island.
On Hydra Island.
Hydra Island, that's right. Here, let's see if we can.
The barracks are that far away from original. That map I just find interesting. My dad just.
It is an interesting map. Let's just call it up, and we'll take a look. All right, so let's see. We'll start at the very northernmost part. So here's the Hydra Airstrip. And this is kind of where I guess maybe the plane took off from.
Yeah, I guess the
Air Flight 316 crash
They
site?
Probably had like some kind of like.
I don't know if anyone is seeing this. Is anyone seeing this? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Anyone? No.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Let's make this. Can I make this? Can I maximize this? I don't know. Is the caller there?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Mama, can you hear us?
Oh, we lost our IC. How about now?
Can you hear us?
I think maybe when I turned ourselves off. Okay, thank you. Thank you to our live streaming audience, both in-house and out-of-house. We appreciate it. So let's go back to describe again what we were talking about, how there had been the polar bears may have gotten loose from the biological research station here on Hydra Island. This is also where the Hydra Air Flight 316 crash site and eventual takeoff site.
I didn't say 316.
Here's the barracks, protected by the sonic fence. The temple, unknown. Here's the ferry dock. We went back and forth between there a lot. The French camp. Here's where the tailies crashed.
And then they went. That's where they camped out.
Exactly. They apparently made it all the way over to here.
Impressive.
Where they also had a tiger pit that they kept our crew in. Here's the arrow. We don't know exactly what that was for. Here's the tailies journey. Here's the where the plane where Boone died back in season 1. Right?
Yeah.
Boone didn't make it out of the first season, did he? He died in that plane crash there.
The
radio tower, certainly. Guys, where are we?
Yeah.
Oh, great cliffhanger to the end of the pilot. The Tempest, which was where they manufactured Linus used to wipe out the Dharma Initiative. The Pearl, a behavior monitoring station where you monitored the people who were in the Swan, I believe, right? The electromagnetism research station. The Black Rock, kind of got knocked up here. I would guess if this is where the Black Rock is, the statue. Where's the statue? This map says the four-toed statue was like over here, and the Black Rock was there. But we saw the Black Rock actually knock down the four-toed statue, right?
So I have an idea.
I'm going to go ahead and say this map may be unofficial and based on incomplete knowledge.
I feel like maybe over time, over 150 years, it might, like, rivers change, it might have eventually moved.
But if the Black Rock got off, like if the Black Rock here got from ocean to inland and knocked over the statue on its way, there's no way that the statue is over here and the Black Rock ended up there, because there's a mountain range there. You're not getting over the mountain range, even no matter how high those waves were. So again, this may be an unofficial lost map, but we're
still interesting.
Still interesting to like play. And one of the things, obviously, has been not reading the Lost.
I'm definitely going to do that after I finish this.
We have some reference books around the house about Lost.
Oh, there's that giant Dharma starter kit in the garage.
And there is here, grab this one down here. There's one on the floor over here if you want to.
Let's break open this. This is what I'm
very
talking
exciting.
about.
It's very exciting.
Guys, if you want any spoilers, stay around. I might spoil some stuff.
She might spoil some stuff. Let's be careful. Now, what do you got there?
So it's the Dharma Lost season.
Hold it up to the peeps.
This is something my dad got a while ago.
Yes, and this is a limited edition Dharma orientation kit, 5-disc DVD collection. Oh my god. Yeah, this was the here, let's show what's in it. Oh my goodness, you can get your own Dharma thing.
I'm kind of
hours of revealing bonus features. Who doesn't like that? All kinds of good stuff. And then we'll get to it. We'll break it open when the time is right. Don't worry, And there was the big box set too of the whole series on Blu-ray.
Yes, and we also got that.
Has a great series of like hidden maps and things. Remember when the map showed up on the interior of the Swan Station?
No.
Like when the alarm went off and all of a sudden you saw the blacklight map.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
We never saw that again, did we?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty good. So it's a good show, Lost.
Mm-hmm.
Won the Emmy for best drama series multiple times, I think.
Can we search up Ben Linus now?
Can we do what?
I want to search up a few things on Google.
You want to hit Google immediately to find out. Well, people who know the show very well, and not including the people in this room right now, know that this journey is almost entirely over. But there may still be journeys yet to come.
I doubt that. It's fun.
That's all I'm going to say. And we'll have an update on that for you when the time is right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I know. It's kind of a mystery, much like the show.
Wait, can I tell them how long? So we started watching Lost in December 2021.
That's right.
We completed it in 5 months.
Yeah, we flew through it.
Yes, we did.
You got to remember also, too, the early seasons were like 25 episode seasons. Yes. And then I think it was only at season 4 they started doing about 10 or 15, 12-ish episodes a year to get to an ending, which was nice. Do you remember when you realized that the flashbacks were not flashbacks, but were flash forwards?
Oh, God, that was... Yes, I remember.
Talk to these people.
I remember that.
You do remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that was weird. That was kind of when Jack is there. Kate, we have to go back.
And I was pretty sure it was Kate. I was like, if this is they must have known each other. He's talking to her this intensely, so why doesn't he remember her? Right. And then my dad explained to me.
Yeah, it was really seriously unbelievable.
Yeah,
that they were able to pull that off. The creativity involved in making that whole thing work so that nobody knew. And I remember like when that twist hit, it was like, I'm sorry, say what? You say what now? This is the future, not the. Oh, I see. A really, really, really well done show. Very well put together. And as I was saying to someone the other day, it still holds up. It still holds up. Some shows from the era perhaps are not looked at as fondly.
Like what?
I can't give you examples right off the top of my head, but things that look dated, things that feel old. Yes. This definitely feels still very modern. And, if you're interested in a rewatch, I think it's on Hulu. You could watch. You don't have to have the DVDs or the Blu-rays like I do.
Season play is
season play is pretty nice. But that's kind of what they do on Hulu anyway. They have season play. They know the last episode you watched, and they just keep going.
Season play gives you cliffhangers, and you get to put the DVDs in or Blu-rays in and out, and click extra buttons on machines. It's really
you get to click extra buttons, people. So that's very exciting.
This is why you should get DVDs.
And it's also a tribute to season 1's or season 2's storyline of should you press the button.
Yes, you can press extra buttons.
Every 108 minutes. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's a season. The flash forward was a mind blow at the time. 100% Steve. Exactly.
Who's Steve Meyer?
Steve's a coworker and a friend.
From where?
We'll talk later.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a long time. We worked together at KCAL back in the day, and we worked together on Star Trek Day, one of my favorite recent projects. Thanks, Steve, for that. We've done some other live streams together. But yeah, the flash forward just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yes.
And was like, oh, man. JJ and Brian Burke. Brian Burke, the one of the other big producers. Let me tell you this about Brian Burke. I had jury duty with Brian Burke.
You did?
I did.
Wait, was that
while Lost was going on, and he was dismissed from having to serve, and I had to stay and be on the jury. And I was like, oh, I would have liked to have been on a jury with Brian Burke, because then
would you have asked him?
Oh my God, yes. Yes, I would have been like, hey, so what's the deal with the smoke monster? Also guilty. I don't know. It just, that's when you're in LA and you serve on jury duty, sometimes you end up with people who you recognize.
Yes.
Not that a lot of people I don't think would recognize Brian Burke, but it was a unique enough name, and I knew it from the credits of Lost well enough. And I was like,
at one point was able to name a lot of the people in opening credits.
Let's go to the final scoreboard. Final scoreboard, all-time favorite Lost characters now that you've seen the whole thing.
Probably Claire.
Claire.
Kate is really nice.
Kate, sure.
Alex is nice.
Alex, Ben's daughter.
No, both ones.
Alex, Ben's daughter, and Alex / Sideways Alex, who is a high school student getting instruction from Dr. Linus.
Yes, I like the
history teacher,
yeah,
Dr. Linus.
I also like history teacher, Dr. Linus.
You really did like history teacher, Dr. Linus, quite a lot.
What?
Well, he's nice.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the best possible version of Ben.
And
yeah, but poor Alex, man, she met an untimely demise at the hands of Martin Keamy.
Yes.
The mercenary who was really unpleasant. Killed a lot of people.
Oh, Jin and Sun would probably also be my favorite.
Just a sneaky couple there. I didn't think I was going to like them very much. I don't know why. Their whole storyline started very, oh God, it's one of these. And then it became so different than what I thought it was going to be. And it was really great. Mm-hmm. It was really great. I really loved the Jin and Sun story. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have to put up I don't have the...
It was...
The thing
It was an experience. The sad
thing
an
experience.
Is I'm never going to watch it for the first time again.
That's true. But maybe someday you'll have a child who will pester you to watch it.
I would just watch this every year for fun.
You would just watch Lost every year for fun? I
have no doubt I'd find new things each time.
Oh, I have no doubt. Now, there's so many connections of things that you can look for when you go back. And I will say, having not watched it since I watched it at the very beginning. Since 2011. I haven't, I've watched bits and pieces, but I've never sat down and watched the whole series again. Obviously it had been long enough that I'd forgotten lots of the little twists and little things.
Yeah, because it was there were these big twists at the time. It was oh my God, that actually happened. And Dad was oh, I forgot about that. I was how did you forget about that? That was such a big thing. And it's probably, if I were to see it, I would remember it, but somehow he'll remember that Claire had a squirrel baby.
I did remember the squirrel baby. It's tough to not remember Squirrel Baby. Once you've seen Squirrel Baby, there's... He's really... Huh?
I like the bassinet he had.
The Squirrel Baby bassinet?
Yes.
Was that the leftover real bassinet? Do you think she stole it from the camp?
No, I feel we saw the veal bassinet
was still at the camp, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, to all of you who tune, the squirrel baby leaves a mark. Yeah, it does, especially if you try breastfeeding it. That was not funny. Don't breastfeed the squirrel baby, Claire. And Claire's journey at the end there, where she was just like, so afraid to go back to be the parent of Aaron that she could be. It was great to see Kate kind of help her overcome that and get them, get her on the plane and kind of get her back on team. Okay. Yeah. Seemed like she was very much in danger of tipping over into Team Smokey, Team, over the edge, Team Darkness, I guess. Yes. Right? There's a darkness within her once you go through to the dark side, so to speak.
Oh, that Yoda comment Hurley made was funny.
Hurley's great.
Yes.
Hurley's fantastic.
Everyone should know that, I think.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, team, again, thanks everyone for hanging in with our live streams. We'll try to find another topic as we approach summer. Maybe another show to watch.
There was one that sounded interesting. There was like Orphan Black. Yeah, that one. I don't know. A little too much.
This is the one I wanted to watch.
Oh, I know. Doesn't that one deal with people?
Does Sherlock deal with people? Yes, Sherlock deals with people. But it also deals with Sherlock Holmes.
But isn't that like where it takes place in like a modern city, and there's like a bunch of like people like killing people, and then it gets and all at the same time, and so it's like with this trial or something.
Maybe, I don't know what you're describing, but we do have a request from Steve to watch The West Wing.
Isn't that not appropriate for kids?
No, come on. Well, it's completely appropriate for kids. What, the U.S. government is not appropriate for kids?
It is appropriate.
Of course, it was on NBC. Look, if this was on ABC and The West Wing was, these are network television shows.
Wait, NBC? Does that mean it's more appropriate?
Not more or less. It just means it's not like we haven't.
It's not like people are going to be nude.
I don't think people are going to be nude. Okay. You will see Jacob and the Man in Black's mother in every episode and be like, oh my God, did you know that she was in Lost? And I'll be like, yeah, it's actually the other way around. She was in West Wing. And then, Emily Campbell has left a comment. Yes, the West Wing. So maybe that will be an Emily Mackey project, a West Wing rewatch.
Downton Abbey together?
Downton Abbey. Oh my God. Let's get your Aunt Amy in on that one, or Grandma Kathy, or somebody who's into it. Let's see. Now that Mackey Sue has finished Lost, I'll need to send her a little
token.
A little token. Oh, exciting.
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out. A mystery gift on the way from John Jacob Calandro.
That's actually... It's good for you.
Yeah. So West Wing, Downton Abbey. My vote is Sherlock. I think we have to also pick something that maybe Daphne wants to watch also.
Yeah, because having her in my mom's phone.
Yeah, it was not fun. We wanted it to be a full family affair. And we appreciate the time that Mommy and Daphne have given Mackie and I to go blast through 6 seasons of island hopping goodness.
Yes.
Some time travel, some
we're done with
flash forwards, some flashbacks, some flash sideways, some flash ups, some flash downs.
The first seasons, they had the most understandable plot. I will say that.
Yes, it got a little. Once we got into time travel land, it definitely complicated.
Yeah, it's like I was kind of following it, and also on season 4, it made sense, but just seeing a few guys hunting boar was also entertaining.
That's true. So when Juliet set off the bomb at the end of season 5,
she died.
She's dead, and they all got blasted back to the present. Right?
Didn't they get blasted off to somewhat alive someone? Yes, that's correct.
That's right. To the we have to go back present, right?
Yeah.
Like they had already made it back to the island by that point?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it was interesting. All right. Any other unanswered questions? Last call for unanswered lost questions, because we're never talking about it again after tonight.
What?
No, I'm kidding. Please.
I would say there are still questions, but like Smokey and Jacob's mom said, every question you ask will just lead to another question. So.
That's true. That's true. Well, it was definitely a great rewatch. Yes. I want to thank you for hanging in with me during it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's your idea, so it wasn't really, yes, I was happy to do it with you, but you hung in there. You watched all the episodes, even the crazy ones, even the no ones.
Oh my gosh, Nikki and Paulo! I really want to bring them back. No. We should have a show that just focuses on Rose and Bernard and Nikki and Paulo.
Actually, no, Rose and Bernard survived.
Yes, that was very nice, and I liked how right after she gave her a spiel about thing about we broke our code. We don't want to be involved in any of this. He brings back
immediately. There's John Smokey Locke.
So.
Smokey John Locke.
I like that. Smokey John Locke.
Smokey John.
Smokey. Oh God, that sounds like he's really like hot or something.
Exactly. Oh, Smoking John. No, he's no Sawyer, shirtless or otherwise. I can tell you that much.
There's got to be one guy who we have not seen shirtless and lost.
Well, they're doing a lot of swimming, so you got to get.
You can always swim with your shirt on.
You could, but why? I mean, look, if I looked like Josh Holloway, I'd walk around the house all the time with my shirt off. I mean, that's an attractive man. I'm not gonna lie. He's just very, very handsome, and very muscular. And
wait, is that
a way that I am not?
Is that one of the reasons they chose him to play Sawyer?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes actors are cast both on a combination of skill and look. He looked like the right guy for the part.
Yeah.
He looked like a con man.
Yeah.
He made you believe that he could be that character, right?
Yes.
I'm sure in real life, and I've seen him at various events and stuff. He seems perfectly nice. He's not going to steal your wallet. He's not going to run a 6-month-long con on you. I don't think. Unless maybe the whole Sawyer character was a cover for the actor who really is like that.
We were at my friend's birthday, at my friend's house the other day. We were doing stuff, and we got into something where I think we're talking about cons or something like that. I was like, "Do you have any necklaces that look a lot more than they actually would be?" Yes. And I almost just want to go up to each of them.
Who says kids don't learn anything valuable from TV? We have a budding little con woman here, ready to step into James Ford's footsteps.
Yes. No.
Right?
No.
You're not. Come here. You're not gonna be the next Sawyer.
No, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to.
Good. We already have a Sawyer. We don't need another one.
I think Curly said this when Miles first came. He said something like, "Great, they sent another Sawyer," and that I thought was funny.
That is funny. Yeah. Oh, like with nicknames or shortness or whatever. Like that. Yeah, that was funny. So, all right. Well, thanks again for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments. Yes. We definitely appreciate that. And we hope to see you soon for some other kind of a rewatch or the next big event, whatever it is that happens, maybe the Stanley Cup final. I know.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Right? Hockey.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what are the NBA final. What are the next big events happening? We did the NCAA basketball thing. That was fun. Yeah. But, we'll try to find some other stuff to hop on. And Max got some interesting...
State testing.
State testing? We could do some state testing. Live streams.
No.
Hey, coming up, 5th grade math. Very exciting.
Yeah, we're starting with math next week.
Ugh. Sounds like it'll be all kinds of fun.
Actually, it's fine.
But at least you won't be staying up every night late to watch an episode of Lost.
Yes.
So, okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
We appreciate all the support. Thank you, John, for watching. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks to all of our great live stream viewers. We appreciate it.
Who is watching on Twitch?
I never know. Could be anybody. Could be just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll get a look at the analytics.
Okay.
We can go over some strategies for marketing and stuff. All right. All right. Good night, everybody. From the Dharma Island, or the island doesn't have it's just
it's the island.
That's not a good name.
It's a suitable name.
You know what they should call it?
What?
Larry.
Oh my God, Dada.
What, they got to come up with a name for the island. What's the
Hydra Island?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Yes, they've got.
Oh, I couldn't hear what you said.
They have to come up with a name for the island. Why? I feel like we have a third co-host here, and it's inadvertent. Siri.
Well, I like the island. It's simple enough where it doesn't ask too many questions, but it makes it even more mysterious.
Right. Yes. It's certainly better than Islands, which is where you would go for a Hawaiian burger and fries.
Okay.
Which maybe Hugo will combine his love with chicken and the island. Do you open up Hugo's Island Roasters or something?
Yes. Okay.
We already have the spinoff.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right. Good night.